So, I found out my wife had a secret family. Not an ex, not some past drama, an actual family, present tense, while we were married. By the way, where are you watching from and what time is it right now? I love seeing where all of you are tuning in from. Okay, buckle up, because this story doesn't just unravel, it detonates. I'm Evan. I'm 33 now, but this all started when I was 29. Life was going all right back then. I had a good IT job, owned a modest home in Indiana, and had just gotten married to this woman named Alyssa. We dated for 2 years before tying the knot. She was beautiful, clever, calm, a little mysterious, but in that alluring way that made you want to know her more. We met at a conference in Chicago. She was working at event planning. I was setting up a vendor booth. And she came over to tell me my banner was crooked. I told her she was bossy. She told me I was cute when flustered. We had dinner that night. 2 months later, she was basically living with me. She said she was from the East Coast, but had a falling out with her family and moved to the Midwest for a fresh start. No social media, no close friends, but honestly, I didn't push. Everyone has a past. We were happy. The first year of marriage? Perfect. Dinners together, road trips, inside jokes. We even started talking about trying for a baby. But around the 13th month mark, Alyssa's work trips started to increase. A week in St. Louis, a weekend in Denver. She'd always text, sent photos, FaceTime at night. Nothing ever seemed weird, at first. But then came the Ohio trip. She was supposed to be gone for 4 days. On day 3, I got a call from her number. I picked up, expecting to hear her voice. Instead, it was a little girl. "Hi, is this Evan?" she asked, sounding maybe 7 or 8. I said, yeah, who's this?" And she goes, "I'm Bella. Are you my mommy's friend?" I froze. "Your mommy? Who's your mommy?" "Alyssa. She's cooking dinner. She told me not to use your phone, but I wanted to see who Evan was. That's your name, right?" Before I could say another word, the line went dead. Now listen, I knew Alyssa didn't have kids. At least, I thought I knew. I tried calling her back immediately. No answer. I waited 5 minutes, 10. Finally, she FaceTimed me back. She looked normal, casual, smiling. "Hey, babe, what's up?" I asked, straight up, "Who's Bella?" Her face changed, just for a second, like a glitch in her expression. Then she laughed. "Oh, God, that must have been my coworker's daughter. She's staying at the Airbnb with us. Got into my phone. I'm so sorry. She's always grabbing stuff." I wanted to believe it. I needed to believe it. But my gut said otherwise. After she got back, things were weird. She was distracted. Secretive, always protective of her phone. That's when I made the worst but smartest decision of my life. I followed her on her next trip. She told me she was going to Detroit for a client meeting. I said, cool. She left Friday morning. Friday afternoon, I took a personal day, packed a bag, and drove up after her. I had no plan, just gut and rage. She checked into a rental house on a quiet street in a suburb called Grosse Pointe. I parked down the road, waited. 3 hours later, she pulled in with a man. Tall, stocky, in his 40s, and 2 kids. The little girl from the phone, and a boy, maybe 10. They all walked inside together, like a family. I don't remember parking my car or walking up to the house, but I do remember knocking. Alyssa opened the door, saw me, went pale. "Evan," she whispered. The man stepped up behind her. "Who's this?" "This is my coworker from Indianapolis. He was just leaving." She tried to close the door. I stuck my foot in. I looked at the guy and said, "I'm her husband." He looked at me, then at her. What the hell is he talking about? The next 10 minutes were chaos. Shouting, denials, kids crying. I stepped away. I felt like I was underwater. She came out 10 minutes later. got in my car without asking. We drove off. I didn't say a word. In the hotel that night, she came clean. Kind of. Said she married me during a rough patch in her relationship with the kid's father, Caleb, claimed they were never legally married, claimed it was complicated, claimed she was going to tell me. Someday. I wanted to scream. I wanted to walk away, but instead, I asked, "How long have you two been together?" She said, "Since college." "So, 10 years?" She nodded. "Off and on." I felt sick. She had 2 lives. 2. And she was juggling them with the precision of a spy. Weekends with us, weekdays with them. Rotating holidays, fake conferences, burner emails. She even had a second phone bill under a different name. When I asked her why, all she said was, "I didn't want to lose either of you." The next few months were madness. I moved out, got lawyers. She tried to work on things, even had the audacity to suggest we go to marriage counseling. Can you imagine? I told her no. Hard no. Then one day, Caleb called me. He wanted to talk, man to man. Said he didn't know if he could believe her anymore and needed to hear it from me. We met at a diner. I told him everything. Every trip, every lie, every cover story. He just sat there, holding his coffee like it was the only solid thing left in his life. Then he goes, "She told me you were her cousin." I swear I laughed so hard I almost got kicked out. Fast forward a year. Divorce finalized. Alyssa split custody with Caleb. She moved to Cleveland to be closer to the kids. I blocked her number. But here's where it gets messier. 6 months after that, Caleb's sister messaged me on Facebook. She said Alyssa told the entire family I had been stalking her and pretending to be her husband online, that I'd shown up uninvited, that I had a mental condition, and had imagined the whole marriage. At first, I was furious. But then, I remembered. We'd had a courthouse wedding. No guests. Alyssa said she didn't want a big thing, just us. She never filed the paperwork. We were never legally married. I pulled up the records. She'd filed for a marriage license, never submitted the final document. I was heartbroken, furious, but also free. That's when I realized how far she had gone to maintain both lives. Lie after lie, gaslight after gaslight. And she left no digital trail, no wedding posts, no announcements. I had been an affair she convinced me was a marriage. But I wasn't done. I reached out to Caleb's sister again. I sent her photos, emails, my name on utility bills. She was shaken. She said Alyssa had done similar things in the past. Turns out Alyssa had a pattern. She didn't just lie, she built worlds. And when they collapsed, she moved on like nothing happened. I started therapy. Not just to deal with the betrayal, but to rebuild my sense of reality. Because for almost 2 years, I thought I had a wife. I thought I had a future. I thought I was sane. Now, I date. Cautiously. I vet people. Deeply. My trust issues have trust issues. But I'm better. Stronger. And I will never, ever fall for someone's curated personality again without asking questions. Anyway, what would you have done if you were me? Would you have gone after her legally? Would you have exposed her to her family earlier? Let me know in the comments. I need to know I'm not crazy. And if you've ever found out someone was living a double life, please share. I'm listening.